Hello and good morning, everybody. So today we're doing something a little bit different, meeting up with a good friend of mine, and we're gonna go do a catch and cook. So he was out here on Lake Anna a couple days ago and said they caught like over 150 crappie. I've never done a true catch and cook where I've gone out to specifically catch and keep fish to cook. So that's what we're gonna be getting after today. I don't eat fish too often. It's something that I'm learning to appreciate, and I would like to be able to start harvesting my own fish. People constantly ask me to bring them fish, so it'd be nice to be able to get out here, catch some crappie, and do a little catch and cook and get some tips from my boy Nolan Miner on filleting fish, because that's something I suck really bad at, and it makes me feel bad every time I try to do it because I always leave too much meat on there. Waiting for Nolan to pull up right now, getting a couple things together. We're gonna go get after some crappie.
Alright, we're going crappie fishing on Lake Anna, and I know I said the fish name funny, but I'm from Virginia, and that's how we say it here. A lot of us anyway, not all of us. But around here, you won't hear anybody saying crappie. But yeah, so this is my rig. I call it my rig. I know people do variations of it, but I haven't seen anybody do it quite like this. It's a rig we use to fish for crappie when they're in deeper water, and we fish vertical for them. And it's something that my brothers and I kind of came up with when we used to come out here when we were younger in our kayaks, and it is very deadly when you find a deep school of crappies. So it's just a Carolina rig, and you kind of dead stick it when you get over top of them. So I've just literally got I use 1/4 ounce and 3/8 ounce weights depending on how deep the water is. We'll run a leader off of here. And so my distance between the swivel and the bait is actually pretty important. I usually I keep it around 2 feet. You definitely don't want to go too short, because then there's something about the way the bait pendulums underneath the weight. I don't know why, but they like it. But if you go too short, it's not nearly as effective. And if you go too long, you'll never feel them bite it, because when crappie bite it, so this rig is sitting kind of like this in the water, and your jig will be kind of out here as you're trolling along really slowly. And crappies, when they bite it, they like to come up with it. So if you use like a 3-foot leader, they love it and they'll destroy it, but you won't feel any of them. So you have to, there's kind of a happy medium as far as how much distance you have between your weight and your jig. The jigs I use, the brand doesn't matter at all, as long as I use stuff that's kind of a minnow color. I don't know how much color matters for crappies, because I catch them on all kinds of stuff, but as long as it kind of looks like that profile is the main thing. That's what I fish with 9 times out of 10. So I've got a 1/16 ounce jig head on here. Using a light jig head when you're using this technique is actually kind of important. I never go heavier than a 16th. A 16th or a 32nd are both good, but if you use an 1/8 ounce, again, I was talking about when this thing comes through the water, it's kind of like a pendulum. It's something about, I don't really know how to explain it, but they love it like this. But if you use a heavy jig head, it doesn't, the action of the bait isn't right, and you don't get nearly as many bites.
All right, boys, we've got spot number 1 here. A beautiful dock. How deep are we fishing?
Right now we're in 14 feet, and I think the end of the dock it's about 10. And this time of year, according to my old redneck buddy who helps me out, he said that the deeper docks are pretty much the deal right now, and that's what we caught them on when I was here last time.
You said last time you had a 14 and 15 incher off of this
Yeah,
dock?
right here we caught a couple big ones. We caught a lot of them too, because usually if you get on a dock that has some fish, you'll catch 20 at least if it's good.
Give us a rundown on the day real quick. What's your plan for this crappie
is like
action?
I'm
gonna start saying crappie.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with crappie today.
We're in Virginia, so we're gonna call it that. But I told Matt the plan is like a slow progression. So we're gonna start fishing docks where we kind of have to work for them, and you can catch bigger ones fishing around the docks. And then we'll do some deep stuff around the bridges that I like to do. And then at the end of the day, we're gonna go back to where I found just the most ridiculous school that it was like you could cast this way and catch one, and cast this way and catch one, and cast this way. It didn't matter. It was just like a 50-yard school, and that's fun, but like it gets old pretty fast. Like I think we just caught them for an hour and a half, and we were like, okay, let's go. Like,
That's a lot of crappie.
yeah, it's fun. It's super fun.
When he texted me yesterday or the day before, he was like, "Yeah, we stopped counting after like 125 or something."
Yeah, and
That's a lot of fish.
That was where it happened, because I think we had only caught maybe 30. I don't know. Maybe we were around 50. I think we maybe were around 50 when we went there, and then we got went from 50 to 120, and we were like, all right, we're not counting anymore. And I guarantee we had over 150. It was probably somewhere like 175 we caught.
We're getting some fillets today.
Yeah, that's
We're
the
getting
plan.
some fillets.
That is the plan. Here we go. Oh, I missed him. So yeah, you just skip it up under there, let it sink. You experiment with your counts, how long you let it sink. I usually start letting it hit the bottom and then just slowly retrieve out. Sometimes on a certain dock, depending on where they're holding at, you may count 3 seconds, you may count 5 seconds, and eventually you'll figure out what's the best for that specific dock once you bumped it. Oh yeah, I don't ever shake the rod when I crappie fish, because it makes it like you catch less fish. They just want it. Now granted, this is like a little paddle tail, so it's still kicking, but I never jig it ever. They just want it like a steady swim through the water. Even when I'm using baits that don't have a tail that kick, I just steady retrieve. Or when I'm fishing vertical, I don't shake it, I don't jig it, I just dead stick it. And I catch way more fish than if you try to shake the rod. In the spring it's different when they're spawning and they're on beds because they're angry, but most of the time they don't like you to shake it.
There we go.
Uh-oh. Big one?
Giant, baby. Boom. First crappie of the day. Let's go! Yeah, I'm putting the soon-to-be professional bass fisherman to shame with this beautiful 6-inch crappie. What's keeper size crappie?
We usually keep them around 10. There's no size.
Oh, really? Cool.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
it's a good one too.
Oh, yes. First good one?
Yeah, he's
Almost.
probably. He's not bad. No, that's
keeping that one?
definitely that's over 10 inches.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's almost.
Oh, he's...
Yeah, it's an 11. That's a nice one. Maybe not exactly 11 because there's a metal tape bending over him.
Oh, he's on there.
Get out of there. He's around it.
Oh, he's good.
It's another decent one.
There you go.
Probably right around 10.
Number 3.
Yes.
Just fill in the box.
Kind of let it spin one out. Well, there you go. Pretty nice one.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
I got one too.
Oh, here we go. That's what we're out here for. Catching some crappie. Bloop.
Yeah, that's like a 12 probably.
Oh, we're talking big crappie. Do you think this one's 12? We're keeping him.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's my first keeper of the day. That's a good one. Bam. Awesome.
Dude, there's so many fish like this in this lake, it's ridiculous.
Think? What do you think?
That one? Yeah, that one.
What's up, bud? Tiny. Just real fired up. Yeah.
They're still catching good. And once they realize something's up, they're like, ah, and then the little ones are like, oh, let's go.
Our turn.
Yeah.
Our turn to figure it out. Oh! Another good one. Dude, that thing is a fatty.
Oh, you found the cross beam. No. Let's change the. Oh, shit. Gotta change that angle a little bit. Other guy too, though.
Keep them. Box them. Box.
We're gonna count how many we have and probably let go some small ones. One. It's gonna take a while.
All right, well, we've got the live well full of crappie right now, so we're gonna stop at another spot and we're gonna check out this rig called the what are we calling this thing? It's just called the rig.
Yeah, I just call it the rig. I need to have a name.
We'll come up with a name. We'll figure something out. Comment below, what do you guys think we should call this rig? It's basically a Carolina rig with a crappie jig on the back, and you fish it vertically. The Nolan Miner Special. There it is. Oh, there's a bite. Doesn't have it though.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
That is not. Oh my god. Oh, yellow perch.
Look at that. Works for all of them.
We did catch a big yellow perch here actually. That day we caught that 7-pounder. There's not many of these in this lake.
Let's go cook them. All right, well, we made it back after a pretty ridiculous day of crappie fishing. We're going to fillet some of these fish and see if we can't cook one up. Hopefully we'll have time. You think we'll have time? We got time. That's what I like to hear. How many fish do we have in there? 30 or so?
Yeah, I think it's closer to 25 because I let a bunch of the smaller ones go.
We're bonking the fish and then bleeding them out. So why do you do that?
Because I like having the best quality fish I can get, like the best quality fillets as possible. And I feel like it's showing the fish some respect if you kill them. And so if you bonk them and bleed them, they're dead instantly. And if you cut their gills when when you hit them on the head, their heart will still pump the blood out of the fish, and it makes it, the fillets are nicer and it's really clean when you actually go to fillet them. Like say you're filleting them in your kitchen sink, there's not blood everywhere, because honestly all the blood pretty much leaves the fish when you cut the gills on them. So literally I just go in there and snip that, throw them in the water so they bleed out. You got to have them in the water so the blood doesn't clot. And yeah, as soon as he does that little quiver, you got him. He's no longer with us.
Well, we got the fish all filleted up. We're gonna do a little catch and cook on the camp stove out in front of the van. Check out these geese. What's up, boys?
Goose and a duck.
Oh, goose and a duck. Thank you. I don't know my birds. I don't know my birds like Nolan.
So basically, take your fillet, dip it in the egg, then you go into the fish fry, flip them over a couple times. On there. Boom.
How sultry. Fish fry.
Yeah, they're paying you a lot for this video.
Yes, they are. Not at all. This is honestly what I just picked up at Food Lion on the way down.
You don't have like a cook it fast. You just not have to wait forever.
Let's see. Oh, look at that. Thank you. Looks tasty. Fresh crappie is delicious. Dude, that's super good.
Yeah. See why I keep them all the time.
Nolan's whole life's a catch and cook. Catch and cook. There we go. The man, the myth, the legend.
Something like that.
Soon to be pro, Nolan Miner.
Hope so.
I know so. So that's going to be it for the crappie catch and cook. Really hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know in the comment section below if you want to see me attempt to do some more catch and cooks, because it's something I never do. And actually, I'm very much enjoying it. This is insanely good. Thanks to Nolan for coming out and teaching me how to do some fish fillets, catching cooks, catching crappie. The newly named goose rig.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna call it.
Well, I'll come back in the winter.
The technique itself, though, is like that's what makes it.
Right.
It's more to it than just a Carolina.
It's way cooler, and we're gonna come back this winter, link back up again, do some more crappie fishing. Gonna do the goose rig, show the world the goose rig, how it's really done.
We're into it because when that water gets a lot colder, it gets really good.
I'm looking forward to it. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you go check out Nolan on Instagram. I'm gonna leave him linked down in the description below. Again, he's going pro. He's gonna be pro in the next, what, 2 years?
That'd be nice.
2 years? I'd give it
Sure.
a year and a half. This kid fishes 10 times harder than me, and I like to say I fish my ass off. But we're gonna eat this crappie. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you on the next one.